Sure. Like I was saying, I grew up in South Africa, so I'm African but of Greek descent, and I came to the U.S. on a high school exchange program.
Oh.
And they asked me where I wanted to go, and I said I'd either go to California or Florida, and they sent me to St. Louis, Missouri. So they split the difference and sent me there. And I played tennis in high school, got a scholarship, and went to Southern Illinois and never came back.
Wow. What were your favorite subjects and hobbies when you were in high school? You already said tennis, but...
Yeah, my favorite subject was always geography, because being in such a country like South Africa, so divorced from the rest of the world, my interest was what was happening in other areas. And again, I didn't grow up with TV or the media that we have today. So the only way of learning about the rest of the world was through school. So that was tremendous. And then any sport, any ball, anything that moved was an interest to me.
When did you first become interested in the job you hold right now?
When I would say a junior in college, you find your calling, and what I wanted to do was run a business that had multicultural effects. So my thesis in college was culture and its effect on international business. And I wanted to work for a multinational like Nortel that did business all across the world and had some type of philanthropic angle to it. So helping people get connection, whether it's digital or voice, everything is something that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So.
What steps did you take to get where you are?
Just a little bit what you guys did here. Take a chance. When you have a project, take the difficult project. And in my case, I've been at Nortel 13 years. I've had 11 different jobs.
Wow.
So and those jobs don't come to you. So it's just a lesson in life. When you see an opportunity, go take it, because most opportunities don't come to you. You got to go find them. And I think that's probably the biggest thing, is taking chances and making the most of it.
What does a typical day look like for you?
Typical day, first of all, you got to wake up and remember what city you started the day in. Okay. And remember what your hotel room number is, because you can forget those easily. I spend 3 or 4 days a week on the road with customers and my team. I have close to 5,000 people, so to get around to all the different locations is important. But a normal day will start somewhere between yesterday started at 5 o'clock in the morning, somewhere between 5 and 6 if you're catching an early flight. And you will work probably an 8-hour formal day, but you'll end up, because of our media today, BlackBerries and having access all the time, you'll work a 12, 13-hour day. But I have one very strict rule. I do that 5 days a week, not 7. And that's just all about balance, right? So I commit myself to the company Monday through Friday, and to the family Saturday, Sunday. And people would assume in my job I don't have a lot of hobbies. I have an awful lot of hobbies. I just do them 2 days a week instead of 7. And I have 3 boys under the age of 7.
Wow.
And they are my life on the weekend. So it's like everything in life. You pour yourself into it for a while and find time to decompress afterwards and enjoy life, right?
Oh. And you were talking about BlackBerries. What other types of technologies do you use in your work day?
Well, I use, just like you guys, I use MCS. So I connect by MCS. And the good thing about that is my employees never know where I am. They think I'm in the office. Cell phones, obviously, very, very important. But I would say BlackBerry is probably the biggest innovation, and the soft client, which is the MCS on your BlackBerry. So, when you take in the day like I have, it's a luxury to plug in on a fixed connection. So it's all about being able to get wireless connection wherever I am, whether it's in an airport, in a car. I do an awful lot of work in a car, right? Whether I'm driving or someone's driving me, there's a few minutes to make calls and get connection and send the critical emails that you have to. So.
All right. And what advice would you give students today who are looking in a field that you're in?
I would say, make sure you follow your passion, because work is not easy, but it's a hell of a lot easier if you enjoy what you do every day. And that's why I was commenting to David. If you've got passion in life, those 8 or 12 hours will go by in 3 or 4 hours. If you don't, they'll feel like 18 to 20 hours. So, follow your heart, follow your passion, and let everything else follow that.
And what other innovations can you see happening in the later 20s?
I would love to tell you I know, because if you went back 5 years ago and you asked someone, would we be where we are in 2005, they would have got it all wrong. When the cell phone started, they said they would be by the year 2000 something like 10 million subscribers, and look where we are. So we'll get it wrong again. We don't know where this technology is going. I mean, the technologies will allow us to do things we don't dream of. And it's not about communication, it's about things like tracking. I mean, pretty soon with RFIDs and everything, you can track whether it's people, productivity, everything will be monitored and tracked electronically now. And with broadband, there's absolutely no limits. And even the speeds. I mean, today we think the broadband as we know it today is impressive. We're just learning. You know, when you get into 4G wireless and 5G wireless, 5 years from now, we'll be able to do things you wouldn't have dreamed of. So I'm not smart enough, and I don't think many people are smart enough to predict the future. You just got to ride it, think big, and find out where it takes you.